Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation, man. It's been a long Saturday, and I wanted to touch on some of the topics I've been seeing in Twitter in regards to this SEC appeal. We're going to start with this one from Altcoin Daily and Digital Asset Investor here. It says, breaking SEC signals it will appeal. Ripple case. SEC says XRP ruling was wrong. Signals it will appeal. So we've been covering a lot about the whole potential of appeal in regards to the SEC, and we all know that a lot of it is smoke and mirrors, and a lot of people in the community kind of been hitting it on the head. DAI says signals, just do it. Love watching Gary pretend to be holding the cards when this is devastating for him and everyone knows it. Which what he means by that is, you know, the legal minds in our community, JD, Jeremy Hogan, and other people, Bill Morgan, and I even think Metal Lawman has said something about it. But in regards of like what does it mean if they actually go through the appeal process? Obviously, in duration, how long does it take? How much money, taxpayer dollars, is it going to take to go through that process? And what does that implicate, even if they do get to the actual appeal, in regards of changing or winning or losing that appeal? How does that affect them going after other projects in the future? So it's what is that noise? So it's almost merely interesting, you know, that he's posturing, if you will. And there's been speculation that maybe Chairman Gensler is doing this to, in a sense, bring some sort of leverage or, immolate some sort of strength in his corner in regards of bringing negotiations to the table for settlement. And I don't know if that's my nose squeaking. I don't know what that is. Continuing on here, JD says, an appeal in itself, even not even close to be a setback. First, it will be 2 years from now before a decision is issued by the Second Circuit if it is appealed. The Torres decision is the law until then, at least until Second Circuit. Second, even if Second Circuit said Torres was wrong regarding her application of third Howey factor, which I predict they won't, that doesn't mean that SEC wins on pragmatic sells on exchanges. All that happens in that Torres then applies the other two factors and could likely still rule the same exact way, concluding the SEC did not satisfy the common enterprise factor, which is more difficult factor to meet, in my opinion, than the third factor. Don't let anyone underestimate how significant this win was for XRP and XRP holders in Ripple. Yeah, shout out JD, man, and we know that. And he says something here. He says, let me more precise. I'm not suggesting that Judge Torres' decision is binding within the SDNY. A fellow district judge could disagree with her, but I think a fellow judge in Second Circuit is going to be hard-pressed to disagree with Judge Torres, especially considering considering she cited Judge Castell from Telegram. After reading the Coinbase transcript, we can see it's already playing out that way. Man, he continues on here. He goes, the only thing more pathetic than Bitcoin Maxis guaranteeing XRP would be declared a security are those Maxis now claiming Judge Torres will be overturned. They have an open invitation to come on Crypto Law US TV and discuss the Torres decision and any potential appeal. Warning, I'm bringing 76 years of case law and facts to the debate. Yeah, no one's going to take him up on it, man. It's crazy. Brad Garlandhouse says, an important topic has come up about protecting retail. The SEC created this mess by proclaiming it was the cop on the crypto beat when it had no legal jurisdiction, whereas that gotten us. Consumers left holding the bag in bankruptcy court while the SEC holds press conferences. So just one example in particular, as I covered it yesterday, is the whole, you have Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX, utilizing customer assets to pay for his representation, his legal representation, which is shameful, right? And then Chairman Gensler just got pressed in this recent meeting he was a part of, and we showed it on this channel, where he was like, where was the SEC in protecting investors from FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried? Where were you? And it's been evident based on all the devastation that's been hitting the market since 2022 in regards of Chairman Gensler going after irrelevant, people who did wrongdoings in the community. But when it came to like these big ones, the Do Kwons, the Terra Lunas, and the Celsiuses, and obviously the FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, like, you were, in a sense, he talks about packaging and co-mingling, right? You were co-mingling. You met with Sam Bankman-Fried. Like, we know that. And you've been trying to scrub things from your calendar and hiding things. We see that. It's just crazy how, like, you're so-called out there to protect investors, but you're doing the exact opposite. Brad continues, it says, it's absurd to blame a judge for faithfully applying the law. We all know legislation, not more regulation by enforcement, is the only way forward to provide clear rules and protect retail. Glad to see more members of Congress like Richie and Patrick McHenry champion this. Yeah, man, shout out them. Bill Morgan says it's all politically motivated. The SEC has had wins in crypto matters when the law applied, but its reaction to a loss that curtails its overreach is to double down and criticize the ruling, litigate at any cost, no matter who it hurts, wherever they are in the world, and that's literally been one of their tactics. It's shameful, man. Stu Alderati hits something on the head here as well. He goes, a securities agency only has jurisdiction over securities. No security, no role for the SEC. Pretending to have jurisdiction where there is none is simply a political power play. It helps no one. It hurts everyone. And that goes into how we started this video. I mean, that's literally, it's posturing. It's, in a sense, being a sore loser and being a crybaby. And it's like, do what you swore that you were going to do. I mean, it's as simple as that, man. It's crazy that we're paying taxpayer dollars for an unelected official that's actually supposed to be representing us, and this is how he behaves, and this is how they behave. It's crazy, man. Another thing Stu already said, it says, talking to someone who still doesn't understand the token itself is not the security, is like explaining to a flat earther the world is round. And then Troomers Only, Mr. Intuitive says, so you're telling me there's a chance. And he goes, I like it a lot. This is a classic movie. Me and one of my good boys, man, we pretty much quote this on the daily, man. We love Dumb and Dumber. Great movie. Ashley Prosper, I like this one, so I wanted to put it on here. It says, Dear SEC, whether or not you appeal the Ripple decision is inconsequential. You lost. You lost the case, you lost the power, and you lost the respect. You are double dealing, two-faced, manipulating ways were exposed for the world to see. For an American agency protecting American investors, you are an agency run by the corrupted, with pockets lined and fleeced by the politically and financially motivated. Like Matthew Solomon once said, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Yep. Shout out Ashley Prosper for that. That's facts. And I said this is kind of like out of Jay Clayton's book. Cause so remember I don't know what video it was. I know it was like within the past 2 weeks. I showed a video of our former SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, speaking on behalf of, our current SEC, how they are operating and how he thinks they should operate in regards of, spot Bitcoin ETF and regulating, the crypto space and providing some clarity, right? And he was speaking as if he wasn't once there and had the ability to do so, but he chose to line his own pockets and just in my opinion, based on the evidence that's been presented, fit his agenda and to pretty much, in a sense, prop him up and better himself in regards of the crypto space in general. Obviously, we know that he left, he dropped the lawsuit on Ripple, left, slammed the door, and then went to work for a blockchain crypto company. I mean, he's fully involved. He is one of the top crypto contributors for CNBC. So clearly, it's been a part of that agenda and narrative. But just like that, Weezy X had pulled this up from Dahlia Blast. Blast. It says, are you effing kidding me with Dahlia Blast? Speaking about Bitcoin ETFs, former SEC Director of Division of Investment Management says, quote, players in the market do not know how to approach it because the rules are unclear and policy decisions are being made because they are being made in the shadows of or regulation through enforcement. You were part of the regulation by enforcement. Now you want to talk? This is infuriating. It's crazy, man. They're going to continue to get exposed, man. It just is what it is. And I wanted to touch on this. Alex Cobb had put up this tweet, and it's talking about this pullback we're having, right? And obviously, if we come over here, I'm going to just click into it. XRP sitting at 73.2, right? We had a high. Let me see. We had a high. It shows on CoinGecko we had a high of like 84 something, but I think we got into the 90s. Let me double check here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, we got into the 90s. I think on Coinbase it was like mid to the high 90s. But he has a point here. It's like, okay, XRP has a pullback after doubling in price from a single daily candle. Seeing a lot of FUD today. So right here, he's showing this candle right here. Let me zoom out so you can see it. So he's showing this fat candle we have here. Obviously, we know that was a drop of the victory in regards of XRP being declared not a security. And then we're just kind of, having people are taking profit, whoever traded it, whatever. People have been waiting down in the 30s, 40s, whatever. And now they take some profits. Okay, cool. But look where we're at. We're kind of ranging. Obviously, I've been showing some stuff in blockchain backer and other techno analysis. But BC backers, saying like there could be potential where we do go see the mid to high 50s, if you will, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing necessarily. It'd be nice to just get straight out of here. And I think he was saying something along the lines of like the high mid 80 cents, or like I think it was like 81 cents or something, plus it's like it would be like super bullish. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're not in the 40s anymore. So it's like we got to take our wins when we can. Obviously, we're not in some sort of blow off top bull market yet either. You know what I'm saying? So even if we come up here, look at Bitcoin, if I click in here, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because just to kind of just shed some light on this, Bitcoin is under 30,000. So, yeah, I don't think it's anything to freak out about. I mean, and I'm just speaking for myself, really. I've been hodling and accumulating this thing for so long now that it's just like, it's just a waiting game for me to get to my price targets where I even start remotely taking out some percentages of of the XRP in my portfolio. But I don't think there needs to be FUD for this. Yeah, we did have a lot of excitement in regards of, once we get the win, we're going to go to new all-time highs. We're going to do all these different things. I personally didn't think it was going to happen that way, especially, where we're at in the actual, crypto cycle and crypto market, if you will. If we look at, they say 4-year cycles and all these different things, right? Getting close to the halvening and after the halvening, and how, like, it just didn't seem like that was something that can happen now. Not to say that I didn't have hopes that, hey, maybe it could, but I don't know. I don't think this is the end of the world. And until, the people that I follow that are very technical analysis savvy, TA and sound in their charts, say something otherwise, I'm just going to chill, man, and continue to do what I do. What I wanted to say on this mainly, though, is like you need to find a strategy for yourself, whether you're, trading all the time, whether you're just investing and hodling until you hit certain price targets, whatever the case is, do what's best for you and your family and stick to it. Follow, people within the community, whether it's fundamental analysis or technical analysis, that have some sort of prestige and great reputation, and that you feel like you can trust. I mean, follow them and formulate your own thoughts and opinions on how you can better your investing strategy or your trading strategy, or whatever the case is. That's just my opinion. And invest yourself in educating yourself and continuing to stay in this market, because you can see, man, a lot of what's happening is still suppression. Whether we have success or not in litigation, we're still having a campaign against us, as in, the judge was wrong, and the XRP is a security, and SEC is gonna appeal, and there's just so much stuff still going on, man. It literally all is just noise at this point. So I just wanted to say, stay strong out there, like I always say, man, and stick to your investing strategy. Real quick, we're currently sitting at a 54 on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, sitting at a neutral. So just a kind of low. So it's on the weekend, man. We'll kind of see how the next few days and next week plays out, and see what BC Backer says when he comes back, and other technical analysis people that we follow, and we'll just go from there. But that's what I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at CryptoIsKey1. I really appreciate your support out there. With all that being said, stay strong out there, be safe.